When Young Frankenstein is mentioned, many immediately think of a comedic masterpiece, a brilliant and intricate parody meticulously crafted by Mel Brooks and Gene Wilder. Yet, beyond the hearty laughs and classic lines, could there be a tragic undertone that few are aware of? Teri Garr, the innocent, charming blonde Garr of the film, who brought such freshness and subtle humor, kept a secret for decades. It wasn't until her final days, as the curtain of the past slowly lifted, that she revealed unforeseen aspects of one of the greatest comedy films of all time. What was that story, and how did it shape the young Frankenstein we cherish? Let's explore. To truly understand what Teri Garr disclosed, we must first revisit the world of Young Frankenstein. Released in 1974, the film was more than just a cinematic work. It was a love letter to the classic Universal Studios horror films of the 1930s, especially Frankenstein, 1931, and Bride of Frankenstein, 1935. Under the masterful direction of Mel Brooks and the genius mind of Gene Wilder, who co-wrote and starred in the film, Young Frankenstein redefined the comedy genre. The story revolves around Frederick Frankenstein, played by Gene Wilder, a renowned neurosurgeon who constantly tries to distance himself from the mad legacy of his grandfather, Victor Frankenstein. But fate brings him back to Transylvania, where he reluctantly inherits his ancestral castle and uncovers the secrets of reanimating the dead. With the help of Igor Marty Feldman, a hunchbacked, bug-eyed, comically eccentric servant, and Teri Garr, a charming blonde assistant with a thick German accent, Frederick embarks on a journey to create a new creature, leading him into hilarious and awkward situations, interspersed with touching moments and even unexpected tap dances. The greatness of Young Frankenstein lies not only in its captivating plot or stellar performances. It's the perfect blend of intelligent humor, meticulous homages to the original versions, from the black and white cinematography to the sound design and filming style, and a profound message about self-acceptance and legacy. The film became a cultural phenomenon, a gem in the classic comedy genre, and a launchpad for many illustrious careers. It is within this context that Teri Garr's revelations become even more significant, shedding new light on the tragic story she alluded to. Within the laughter-filled and zany universe of Young Frankenstein, an invisible yet powerful thread formed the soul of the film, the unique connection between Teri Garr and Gene Wilder. More than just co-stars, they shared a rare chemistry, something Teri Garr once described as impossible to rehearse or force. It was something natural and pure, making every scene between them incredibly vibrant and authentic. Wilder, with his serious yet eccentric demeanor, and Garr, with her graceful innocence and sharp wit, created a perfect on-screen duo. Teri Garr once likened Wilder to a balloon with too much helium while she held the string, an evocative image of their effortless interplay where Wilder soared with comedic ideas, and Garr provided the grounding, supporting those creations. Wilder's generosity was also something Garr always cherished. He was not just a co-star but a mentor, constantly encouraging her to experiment, improvise, and push her own boundaries. This mutual trust and support forged unforgettable cinematic moments. More than just professional synergy, they also shared a deep love for classic Hollywood comedy, a subtle, intelligent humor that didn't need to be over the top to move audiences. Their on-set relationship was built on mutual respect, free from competition or jealousy, driven solely by the desire to create a great work. After Gene Wilder's passing in 2016, Teri Garr expressed profound respect, a testament to their enduring friendship. Many might even be surprised to learn that Wilder and Garr briefly dated after filming Young Frankenstein, but ultimately chose to maintain a beautiful friendship. This further illustrates the complexity and depth of their relationship, far surpassing the definition of ordinary colleagues. But what made Gene Wilder, a genius with a unique vision, so adamantly support Teri Garr for the role of Ingar, even when director Mel Brooks initially harbored doubts? Was it Wilder's steadfastness that opened a fateful door for Teri Garr, while also shaping a hidden, tragic element within the story of Young Frankenstein? To better understand Teri Garr and her role in the Young Frankenstein story, we need to go back in time to her tumultuous early years. Born on December 11, 1944 in Lakewood, Ohio, Teri Garr grew up in a family with an artistic heritage. Her father, Eddie Garr, was a talented vaudeville performer, and her mother, Phyllis, was a costume designer and former dancer. This artistic legacy was instilled in Teri from a very young age. However, life wasn't always a bed of roses. Her family had to move to Los Angeles after her father's sudden death, a profound loss that left a deep mark on the young girl's soul. Growing up in the city of dreams, Teri nurtured a strong passion for musicals and classic cinema, which would later influence her charming and humorous acting style. Teri Garr's path to Hollywood was far from easy. She studied ballet at North Hollywood High School, developing flexibility and physical expression, then continued to study acting at UCLA and the Actors Studio, breeding grounds for many famous actors. Yet, her early years in the film capital were rife with rejections. She faced countless criticisms and slammed doors. It was during this time that Teri honed an incredible resilience and quick wit, an ability to improvise rapidly in any situation, qualities that would later become her trademark. Before the role of Ingar came along, Teri Garr had played numerous small roles, from background dancer in Elvis Presley films to brief guest appearances on popular TV shows like Star Trek and Batman. She was a familiar but little-noticed face, a minor dancer and actress awaiting her big break. The real turning point came when she auditioned for Young Frankenstein. It was an audition where she completely improvised, creating a humorously exaggerated German accent, which later made a strong impression on Gene Wilder. This spontaneous and bold moment opened the door for the role of Ingar. Could the resilience from her early years, combined with her ability to turn pressure into explosive performances, be the tragic foundation that shaped a unique Ingar, and could it connect to what Teri Garr later revealed? The role of Ingar in Young Frankenstein was more than just a lovable assistant. She was a bright spot, a necessary contrast in Frankenstein's chaotic and bizarre world. This role required an actress with not only an innate comedic ability, but also a subtle sensuality and a touch of characteristic innocence, a combination that Teri Garr embodied perfectly. Initially, Mel Brooks may have had doubts, but Teri Garr's improvised audition with the exaggerated German accent, a voice she created and completely ad-libbed on the spot, completely won over Gene Wilder. Wilder saw something special in Garr, an energy that perfectly matched his vision for Ingar. He staunchly supported her for the role, even considering Ingar the heart of the film's humor. For Wilder, Ingar wasn't just a supporting character, but an emotional pillar, a character capable of grounding the story amidst the craziest situations. Teri Garr brought Ingar to life with delight and deep understanding. She saw Ingar as an optimist, a dreamer living in a bizarre reality, always willing to believe in the unbelievable. Her physical comedy was also an undeniable highlight, exemplified in the famous roll in the hay scene, a moment that was both hilarious and gracefully sensual. Notably, amidst strong and sometimes overpowering characters like Frederick, Igor, or Frau Blücher, Teri Garr skillfully balanced the craziness around her. She never tried to overshadow her co-stars, but always sought to complement and highlight their performances, while still maintaining Ingar's unique charm. It was this subtlety that made Ingar so endearing and memorable. The role of Ingar was not only a turning point in Teri Garr's career, but also a testament to her innate talent and emotional connection. But could the tragic element hinted at in the title be related to the arduous journey to secure this role? Or does it lie in deeper aspects of the filmmaking process, inadvertently revealed by the connection among the actors? The resounding success of Young Frankenstein didn't just come from the brilliant script by Mel Brooks and Gene Wilder, or director Brooks' daring vision, but also from the extraordinary synergy of a dream cast. They weren't merely individually talented. When together in one frame, they created a comedic symphony that few films can match. Each actor brought a unique nuance, complementing one another perfectly. Peter Boyle breathed life into the monster, transforming a terrifying creature into a character both pitiable and humorous, with surprising depth. Marty Feldman as Igor was a source of unpredictable, chaotic energy with an inimitable comedic timing. Every glance, every gesture exuded a captivating eccentricity. And how could one forget Cloris Leachman as Frau Blucher? With her chilling demeanor, menacing voice, and the hoarse whinny that accompanied every mention of her name, she was a master of deadpan dread. Finally, Madeline Kahn as Elizabeth, with her high-pitched humor and exaggerated dramatics, brought an explosive energy to the film. Teri Garr, as Ingar, demonstrated her finesse by not only holding her own, but also gracefully integrating herself. She always admired her co-stars, and notably, there was no competition among the main actresses, a rarity in the film industry. Instead, they found common ground, fostering a positive and collaborative working atmosphere. Mel Brooks, as director, played a crucial role in creating an atmosphere of creative freedom on set. He encouraged improvisation, prompting actors to experiment and offer fresh ideas. The set felt like a true summer camp, filled with laughter, shared moments, and close friendships. It was within this environment that human, hidden depths and profound connections were revealed, crafting some of the most memorable tragicomic moments. So, could this strong bond and convivial atmosphere be part of the tragic story that Teri Garr later revealed? Or did the joy and comfort on set perhaps conceal something deeper, only to be uncovered with the passage of time and reflection? When Young Frankenstein premiered in December 1974, no one could have predicted it would become such a cultural phenomenon. The film quickly swept the box office, grossing over $86 million at the time, a colossal sum, demonstrating its widespread appeal. But its success wasn't limited to revenue. Critics showered it with praise, and the film also received 2 Academy Award nominations, solidifying its position as an outstanding work of art. For Teri Garr, Young Frankenstein was more than just a role. It was the launchpad for her entire career. Before that, she was a familiar face in minor supporting roles, but the role of Ingar propelled her to new heights, opening up countless opportunities and helping her establish her place in the hearts of audiences and filmmakers alike. This was a decisive turning point, transforming her from a background dancer into a recognized comedic star. Over time, Young Frankenstein transcended the boundaries of a mere comedy to become a timeless classic. It's not just a source of entertainment, but also an annual tradition for many families and film lovers, an indelible milestone in the history of comedy. The film's lines have entered popular culture, becoming beloved catchphrases: "Put the candle back," "What hump?" "It's alive." Its influence even extended to the stage, with its adaptation into a Broadway musical, a clear testament to the film's grand legacy. The dazzling success and widespread impact of Young Frankenstein are undeniable. But behind the glory and applause, was there a story of trade-offs, sacrifices, or personal challenges that Teri Garr had to face? Could this sudden fame have carried a tragic burden that she could only reveal later? The success of Young Frankenstein not only opened doors, but also set Teri Garr on an entirely new trajectory in her career. After her role as Ingar, she quickly demonstrated her incredible versatility, breaking away from the innocent blonde girl image to embody diverse, challenging roles. Just a few years later, she captivated audiences and critics alike with her role as Ronnie Neary in Steven Spielberg's classic science fiction film Close Encounters of the Third Kind, 1977, a role demanding considerable emotional depth. Subsequently, in 1982, Teri Garr received a prestigious Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actress for her portrayal of Sandra Lester in the comedy Tootsie, starring alongside Dustin Hoffman. This was a powerful testament to her talent and versatility. She continued to appear in many other memorable films, such as Mr. Mom, 1983, and Let It Ride, 1989, consistently leaving her mark with her natural and graceful acting style. Beyond the silver screen, Teri Garr was also a familiar face on television. She was a frequent guest on Late Night with David Letterman, where she showcased her intelligent humor and quick wit, transforming interviews into engaging performances. She even hosted Saturday Night Live and received an Emmy nomination for her recurring role in the hit series Friends. However, behind the glitz and resounding successes, Teri Garr was battling a quiet and difficult personal struggle. In 2002, she publicly revealed that she had been diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, MS. This is the tragic story the title alluded to, a silent battle with a chronic illness that affected her mobility and daily life. Instead of hiding it, Teri Garr chose to face it bravely, becoming a spokesperson for MS awareness, inspiring millions of fans and friends. Her resilience and optimism in the face of this challenge further solidified her image as a talented artist and a strong individual. Teri Garr's influence, both as a comedic actress and a symbol of resilience, continues to spread, evident in subsequent generations of female comedians. Co-stars and directors consistently lauded her talent, humor, and professional spirit. Thus, the tragic story behind Young Frankenstein wasn't a dark secret or a scandal. It was Teri Garr's deeply resilient journey, from her arduous early years to her silent battle with a severe illness, all shaped by her unwavering tenacity, humor, and optimism. The role of Garr and her brilliant career thereafter stand as a testament to a strong spirit that transformed challenges into endless inspiration. And that is the complete story of Teri Garr, the beloved Garr from Young Frankenstein, and the touching revelations about her life. From her special connection with Gene Wilder, her arduous journey to Hollywood, her iconic role, to the health challenges she bravely confronted, it all paints a complete picture of a talented artist and a resilient human being. Teri Garr's story is not just a glimpse behind the scenes of filmmaking, but also a testament to the power of spirit and passion. If you found this story interesting and want to discover more secrets behind classic films, don't hesitate to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. We will continue to bring you unique and fascinating content. Thank you for watching.